Hello everyone, welcome back to Drinks with Qrow and Jaune. I'm your host.
And Bill
Qrow.
Cipher, apparently!
Yeah, I gotta get him off of my phone, kiddo. But we're joined today, we got Jaune, our normal Johnny boy here. Say hi, Jaune.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
We got Kiddo joining us again. Welcome back, Kiddo.
With cookies!
And because I was threatened to be beaten with a riding crop if I didn't let her in on this one, we have my old friend and ally, Miss Glinda Goodrich. How you doing, Glinda?
Hello and welcome to Drinks with Qrow and Jaune. By the way, Mr. Ark, you really shouldn't be drinking at your age.
I don't let him. He only gets coffee or orange juice. Same as
Hey!
Glad to hear it. I won't have to...
I want the hard whiskey!
I've told you
Miss
countless
Rose,
times, no.
You're the youngest one in the school.
Don't worry, Glinda. I keep her from doing it.
Before?
Hey, at least I didn't fall off the damn couch.
It happened once.
I've
Okay. 30
I've
times.
drunk before! I don't know why everyone's so worried about me! I've drank before!
But today, everybody, we're going to be entering a different chapter of the theories. Instead of theories, we're going with predictions today. Our predictions, we wanted to discuss possible future characters we would expect to see in RWBY to show up in the new upcoming volumes 6, 7, and onwards, and where we would think they'd be coming from. We have quite a few thoughts on it. I know I do, Jaune does, Kiddo does, and I'm pretty sure you do as well, Glinda.
Oh, I've got quite a few.
So, let's kick this off with a decent start. Our first one I wanted to discuss with all of you. We'll start it with a normal one. Jaune and I discussed this before. We know RWBY characters are usually based on fairy tales and
Or
stories and
historical figures.
historical figures. We thought, well, Disney tends to use a lot of the grim fairy tales as well. And one of the ones we thought about possibly seeing show up is 101 Dalmatians.
Yes, and basically we thought about where everyone would be going to. I believe it was Atlas, if I remember correctly. And what would happen is we would see a couple of Dalmatian faunesses, and we'd see like 99 kids coming in, and they'd just all be running, past everybody, going, "Hi!"
Yeah,
Just like,
that,
hi, 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 hi.
that as well as we thought
That would
about
be
it.
very-
It would be quite interesting, and you, Glinda, would probably end up falling in love with all the children. You always were quite decent with children. It's one reason I trusted you with Kiddo and Firecracker. But
I did.
I love Glinda!
I love you too, Miss Rose. They
Yay!
didn't even the headmistress of Deacon's Benevolence.
that's true. You may be a bit of a bitch at times, but you're still a good woman at heart. Just don't steal my win. Hey,
Hold on.
she earns
Mr.
that
Braun.
title from time to time.
Mr. Bronwyn, need I remind you, between me and Ozpin, I'm the only one who enforces the discipline.
That's the point. But
Except for Ruby being a crater face over here, but that's a different story.
That wasn't her fault. Miss Me should have been throwing fire dust in her face.
It made me sneeze!
just be glad it wasn't gravity dust.
Gravity! Wow!
But the other aspect from 101 Dalmatians I thought of as well, we were discussing Cruella de Vil. And I thought it would be beautifully well done if the RWBY cast would, well, not cast, but the creators brought in Cruella as a fashionista and almost like an enemy, if you will, of Coco's family, like being the enemy fashion designer for the Adels.
So, basically like a rival to the Adele family?
Yeah, I think it would be really cool to see something like that. Like,
Oh, she would be like, "Oh, darlings, you really need a new new wardrobe, darlings.
I thought
You really can't be caught dead in gray. Gray is so last season. White is in the season.
Oh
And you
my
better
God,
lose
that
the
was-
red.
oh my god, that was so spawn. It wasn't even funny.
That's kind of creepy, actually, kiddo.
But no, I mean, no,
Like, what do you guys think about what Cruella herself could be in the RWBY series? Could she be a fashionista or something along those lines, where she would be an antithesis or a foil to Coco and Coco's desire for looking really good and having all the fashion and being, well, the beautiful femme fatale she's known for?
I think it could work.
It would be pretty interesting if they ended up making her Ironwood's ex-wife or something.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
But if
Qrow,
I may say one thing, is it just me, or does it notice that most of the time it looks like he has a stick up his ass more than I do?
That's only because old Jimmy has to deal with winter a lot. And trust me, Ice Queen, she sticks that stick up pretty damn far.
You guys know I'm not wrong.
Qrow, either I have the worst memory, or you must have been drunk off your ass when you were mentioning this. I swear to God, you said something like we were thinking about like Cruella de Vil is kind of like a rival for the Schnee family. I swear to God, you mentioned that.
Yeah, either the fashion designer or even a rival in the Dust Company, like a rival for the Schnee family.
In all honesty, I like the idea of this Cruella de Vil, like, inspired woman to be like a rival to the Adele family, because I could see Coco's family actually being the like owners of a really well-known fashion industry, and I also do like the fact that Glinda brought up the idea of this Cruella de Vil character possibly being the ex-wife of General Ironwood.
It would explain a lot.
Oh, James, it's been so long. How have you been? You're
Well,
still
even Mrs. Mann,
with
well,
your friends, whatever?
And don't get me wrong, yes, I will definitely agree with that. The whole entire Cruella being brought in as, you know, as a rival fashion designer, because that's what she wanted in 101 Dalmatians. She was obsessed with killing those poor innocent puppies. So I completely agree with that one.
She's evil!
Is it bad that I only hated her for wanting to kill those puppies?
I think that's everyone's idea for... I think that's why everyone didn't like her.
I mean, she had a brilliant character design, and the voice was just
She wanted to kill
spot on.
puppies, that was it for me.
That was it. That was her biggest downfall. She wanted to murder animals.
Anita, darling!
That
Stop
is
doing
absolutely
that.
horrifying, kiddo. The
only Disney villain I can actually imitate.
The other, keeping on the faunus idea, me and John brought it up again, and we talked about it to Ruby as well, Glinda. We'd like your thoughts. The Little Mermaid.
I don't know how that would work, but that would be pretty interesting.
Like we have seen mermaid-esque faunus during Menagerie. We saw them for like a small scene when they were trying to get the autographs or signatures to help Haven. But I mean, they could do a lot with the Little Mermaid. Like having, I don't know, like an octopus type faunus being a high up member of the White Fang that is still remaining.
And that would be Ursula.
Right.
Oh my God, I could that'd be really cool, and she would be kind of like, you know, like Adam in a way, but only a lot worse than him.
Yeah.
The coward who ran from the rest of his team.
Yeah, but I gotta give the boy credit on one thing. He actually managed to do one thing that even me and Ty, in all our years of training with Firecracker and teaching her, he actually managed to actually hurt her. And believe me, that says something.
Yeah.
And just so you know, I only have one word to say about Adam. Pussy!
That's what he wants, kiddo.
No, he is a pussy!
No, that's what he wants, both figuratively and literally. He wants Blake in two different ways, kiddo. Don't worry, you'll understand it when Glinda finally puts you into the sex ed class.
Wait, what?
I don't believe that is wise.
Wait,
Trust
what?
me, Glinda.
I don't get it!
Trust me, Glinda.
Then again,
I'm not
it's
looking
better
forward to that either.
Then again, it's better I teach the class than Professor Osborne. He tends to go into way more detail than what is necessary.
That's one reason why I decked him when I was actually in the school to begin with. But bringing it up again, we've already seen Mulan in Red. Is it possible we're going to see more from the Mulan story? Are we going to see the general from there, which I never remember his fucking name?
Li Shang.
Shang. Could we see him? Could he end up being a her? Since Ren is a female turned male for Ruby, could Shang be turned female and be in
possibly be a
Atlas's
love?
army?
Could she possibly be a love rival for Nora?
Oh God, that'd be horrifying to see.
That
Well,
would
if it's
be
one thing that
dangerous.
you know, rumors have it that something is supposed to happen in Volume 6 that's supposed to piss off the entire fandom. And from what I've heard in the fandom base is that people are speculating that either Ren and or Nora is gonna die based on their characters and their show that they evolved from.
That is actually that's
a really
theory.
popular theory.
Yeah, that's a theory that's gone around a lot, that everyone on Team Juniper is supposed to die.
And I don't
find
want
that
Jaune to die. I don't want Jaune to die.
I don't want any of my students to die. How do you think I feel? Is bad enough Miss Nikos and Miss Paladina already died?
Oh, you had to bring that up.
Well, technically, the spear user, she's still alive. She's in Kiddo's lungs. She breathed in a little bit of that dust. But
Did that explain
Professor Good Witch!
I'm sorry, Miss. You know what, Miss Rose? Here, have some cookies.
Yay, cookies!
Okay.
but
Nom 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 nom
That
nom
actually
nom
makes
nom.
sense. And Miss Rose has started developing certain traits that we've seen in Miss Nikos, but only slightly. It's pretty easy to miss, actually.
Nom, nom,
yes,
nom, nom, nom.
and there's also the effect of we know her soul and spirit is carrying on through Jaune, and you've got the aspect of the thought of, did some of her soul enter Cinder? But yeah,
I would sure hope not.
but
Yummy cookies!
for the continuing though with the thoughts on the predictions, like we said with Shang, could Shang show up from the Mulan story? And in that manner, with Nora, bringing up Nora, is it possible that we might see characters based on Loki or Odin, or even some of the Valkyries like Freya?
It'd be interesting to see if what happened to Nora's actual family, and if she does have an actual family. Like, it'd be interesting to see if she has like a sister or something like that that's inspired by
Right.
Loki.
Right, and I mean, I think that would be brilliant if they make her father be based off of Freya and her mother be the one based off of Odin.
That'd be interesting.
Considering she's based on Thor, it would just play into the same manner of the gender swapping with that.
Yeah, and bringing up Team Juniper, the one thing I really want the show to really address is the fact of, sorry Jean, plug in your ears, go la la la. It's Kira's parents.
Yeah. Yeah, we might see them. I mean, it's very possible that
I don't want to tell them. Oh.
With all the different growth with them, that we're going to possibly see Kira's parents, or going with Jaune in this right, his family. Could we see more characters based on the legend of Joan of Arc? We've seen the Cardinal of Winchester, the one who burned Joan of Arc at the stake already. We've seen Jaune, aka Joan of Arc. Is it possible we're going to see, like, Jill's, which is Joan of Arc's right-hand man, who was beside her the entire war? Or is it going to end up being Gilles possibly being revealed to be Jean's father or whatnot?
I definitely want to see all of Jean's sisters.
That would be quite humorous.
Oh God!
I definitely would want to see, since Mr. Arc fights with a sword. Now, this is only if Mr. Onwin switches sides, but either way, we all know Oz consider himself that he's reincarnated, and that apparently he's around over 1,000 years old. So, what if we get to see Professor Ozpin training Jaune how to use the sword properly?
I could see him training him slightly, but I see it more as Raven training Jaune.
Yeah, because Raven is one of the best swordswomen in the entire show.
I mean, training under Pyrrha was hard enough, but Raven, oh my God, that'd be hell.
But continuing, like we said, there's so many different even Disney. Just going off of Disney alone, with
like I wanted to bring this one up. Like I was telling one, and Shadow, I'm pretty sure you might agree with this one, and even Professor Goodwitch. I mean, you might even like this one. I thought about like the Lion King, like possibly seeing someone based off of Scar or Simba or anyone like from them. Like that would be amazing because the Lion King is amazing.
I actually haven't told
Can you feel the love tonight?
Yes, Miss Rose. Yes, preach it. But what was Simba's character based off of again?
Cinderella.
Yeah,
Cinderella.
She's definitely a mix of Cinderella and some people say Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz.
Because of those awesome shoes.
Well, that would explain a lot. Still hate her for killing Oz, though.
Yeah, you do got that. Another one, besides just the Lion King, we could see Simba as in there. We could see Scar. One I thought about as well was Alice in Wonderland.
As thick as you are.
Actually, this one is a bit far-fetched, but imagine this. I'm gonna go back to one of my favorite childhood movies. What about The Never-Ending Story?
That would be very interesting to see if they would create a character based on one of them, like the princess or
Or Atreyu himself.
Or Atreyu, or the dragon, which I can never remember his name.
Falcor.
Falcor, thank you.
Falcor!
Falcor, the childlike empress, or Bastion. Oh my god, that'd be great.
That movie made me cry. It still makes me cry to this day.
Well, seeing how
You
we're
guys
bringing
never
up
heard me say
favorite...
that. You have no evidence I said that. Get off my...
Well, seeing how we're bringing up old favorite childhood movies, I would like to see if they would possibly bring up one of my favorite childhood movies, which is The Last Unicorn.
Yes.
That would be
Definitely
also
yes.
really interesting. Having the unicorn being like a faunus or one of the rare breeds of faunus, like even making it the very first faunus that was made by the gods.
Interesting.
Or here's yet another good one, to be honest with you guys. I mean, I don't know how you guys would feel about this, but possibly Labyrinth.
The Goblin King.
You remind me of the Babe.
Actually, imagine this. They bring in, like, a new kind of species into Remnant and everything. But based off of Lord of the Rings, like the elves or the dwarves, or even the hobbits.
I could see them possibly.
Possibly!
Wow.
You're
The alcohol's making my tongue numb. But possibly like the elves or the dwarves could fit fairly well into the Remnant world.
I could see a lot of people being happy over Ruby going into Lord of the Rings.
I only say that because there's this one Ruby abridged that I watched. Well, it's not really an abridged, it's more called Ruby Thoughts. And when Oscar showed up and everything, he's like, yeah, the second coming of Remnant, Dumbledore. Who's gonna really believe that?
Nice.
Well, to bring up more
I know that series!
To bring up more characters, we've already seen 2, actually possibly 3 if you go by what the fandom believes, from the Jungle Book. We've seen Bagheera with Gira. We've seen Khan. Shere Khan. And some people claim that Kali is supposed to be Ka the snake. I don't see that.
I don't see that either.
Not her as a snake. I could see her being from the Jungle Book, but not the snake.
Yeah.
Like,
Can I just say Sun's face when Miss Belladonna pointed to the actual house she lived in? It kind of reminded me of one of those really, really famous paintings, The Scream.
yeah, that's about right. Now bringing
Actually,
that with that as
I
well,
have a meme of that. I'm gonna post it in our chat.
I'll definitely make sure to put it onto the video when we're done with this as well. But that brings up the possibility with the Jungle Book. Could we see Mowgli?
Well, there is one theory about possibly Adam not being an actual faunus and he possibly just being a regular human.
That is true.
Well,
I've heard that
know
theory.
if you would take off that damn... Okay, legit, when Belladonna actually did that one wrestling type move on him, I was sitting there going, yes, his mask is finally gonna fall off. His mask is finally gonna fall off. What happened? No, it didn't fall off. It's like he glued that motherfucker right to his face.
It's super glue. But a lot of people, I do see at least one of the main things with Adam being him based on Prince Adam from Beauty and the Beast as the Beast. Now,
Very true.
here's a fairy tale story that Disney has done, and as well as it's a pretty famous one that could be used in it to bring in historical type figures. Robin Hood.
Yes.
Yes. Did
I think
mention
Ruby likes this idea.
Did I mention yes?
Could it be like ravens and my old tribe? Is it possible that Robin Hood, if they bring Robin Hood in, be another bandit type tribe that steals from Atlas just to spread the wealth.
And then have someone be his right-hand man be based off of Little John.
Right.
In all honesty, I could kind of see like Robin Hood, like a Robin Hood character actually work more in Vacuo.
Yeah. I mean, there's the Robin Hood thought. Like, you got Little John, Robin Hood, the princess, the different ideas behind them. It's, well, historical type figures. Robin Hood was a famous figure in England.
Do you know what? This just hit. This one just hit me. Like, was Robin Hood like bring someone into Atlas based off of Prince John, and someone be sort of like one like was like oh my god, I can't think straight right now. Like have him like be like really good friends with Jacques or something like that, and only he's more of a selfish asshole than what Jacques is, or something like that.
I could see someone actually being younger than Jacques, being based off of not Little John, bleh, off of Prince John.
Right.
Like someone who's like in his like mid-20s, being the head of this really popular, like really well-known company, and him just being as bad as Jacques with the closed borders of Atlas.
And it would be even more dark. I mean, I could see Jacques doing it. Well, Glinda, you and I have dealt with Jacques. We know what he's capable of, and the shit he's pulled.
I only have one word for him.
Cunt.
Or two words, actually. Womanized asshole.
I call him a cunt, but that's just normal. But
But,
if the character
actually,
like
I
Prince
want to
John,
bitch slap him!
with Prince John,
There
if they
was
brought
one-
that character
Oh my
in,
God, don't you start
could
on
you
that
see, and I can see it, but can you three see Jacques going as far as to try to engage either Winter or Weiss to that type of a character?
I could see him trying to do that.
Like set up a political type of marriage.
I could see him doing it more so for Winter than probably Weiss, but either or, I could see it happening, and it's not gonna happen because Weiss is my waifu! And Winter
And
is my future aunt-in-law!
Yeah, and I could see, you know, Jacques trying to pull something really stupid, and suddenly even like Ironwood goes like, "Try it, Jacques. Just try it. See what happens."
Old Jimmy may be a pretentious dick, but he's at least decent with his people.
Right. And I can even see Qrow going up to him, going like, "I'd like to see you try it, asshole."
And also, don't forget that Ironwood was the one that gave Yang her new arm.
Yeah, he did support
So-
Firecracker.
So, Ironwood is 10 times better than freaking Jacques.
So
Uncle Qrow, can I use the F word?
No,
Aww.
So, Professor.
Glinda's here. If I let you use that, I'm the one punished, you know.
So, Professor, we brought up a couple of, you know, characters we'd like to see. What do you want to see? What characters would you like to see?
I think she's mentally out.
Mentally broken.
No, Professor Goodwitch. I was at. No, me and Qrow brought up a couple of characters we thought
And so
we
did
might want to
Shadow.
see.
Well,
Yeah,
who would you
Alright,
like to see?
Actually, before I do, there is one thing I wanted to comment on. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I forget exactly what person he was supposed to be based off of. But we all remember the flashback to Mr. Lai Ren's father, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah?
Is it just me, or did he kind of resemble Hanzo from Overwatch?
A lot of people saw that
Ryugawa
similar.
Teki wo Qrow!
A lot of people
Because
saw
I'm
that
sorry, his
similarity.
look, the bow, just everything.
The
It kinda
gray hair!
resembled- That too.
And
Not
the
to mention-
mustache and the beard.
And the body structure.
And the body structure.
The only thing he lacked was the nip slip.
Yeah, that's agreeable.
And that's what with Ren's parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ren's mother and father, I don't think anybody has really figured out who they're based on yet.
Me personally, I personally believe they could be based off of Mulan's parents, and the reason why I say that because, you know, I know they probably we all know they from died like shit, but it was just like Mulan's parents that they died protecting her, that they died protecting Ren. You know, but that's just me.
It's possible.
That is very true.
But-
And also for Ren's father, he also kind of reminded me of Robin Hood.
He did a
That
little
is
bit, yeah.
very true.
Probably because of the green, but and the bow and arrow, but who knows?
But like we were saying, Glenn,
Sorry, Ren.
there's others we want to discuss as well, but is there any particular that you would really like to see from either fairy tales or historic figure
Or
making
Disney movies,
or even a Disney
anything like that.
movie make an appearance out in RWBY?
Anything from Disney?
Disney,
It could be anything, Professor.
a fairy tale.
It could be anything, Professor.
I'm just trying to think back to my childhood years. Hey, just give me a moment.
The good professor has to collect her thoughts for a minute.
Well, it has been many years. And look at the students I deal with on a day-to-day basis. Minus you, Miss Rose. You're amazing. Your sister, though, she's a big handful. I remember when she stubbed her toe, we had to evacuate Beacon that day.
That was the day we lost the, what did we lose that day? Everything.
Yeah, that was,
Drawing a bit of a blank there, Good Witch.
Yeah.
Well, here's one that I wanted to bring up, and Kiddo kind of got a call on her scroll, so she'll be back here in a second. Probably got a call from Firecracker. She must have heard us talking about her. But
Probably wouldn't surprise me.
one of the ones I'd love to see done is the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
That would be pretty interesting.
A character based on the Hunchback
Esmeralda.
himself and Esmeralda.
Or even
Oh,
Frollo.
Jesus, everyone's blowing up my scroll. It's making me harder. It's making it harder to think. Ah.
That would probably
Well,
be
well,
probably be my fault there, Glenda. I kinda
I'll
sorta
say
left a
something.
keg out in the in Sun's room.
Actually, I'm getting a message about that. I'm getting told to tell you to lay off the alcohol every now and then.
If I lay off the alcohol, I'll die.
Yeah, you drink enough of it to the point if you stop, your liver will probably actually give out on you. By the way,
It's
how
fuel.
does it feel to have the... Oof. How does it feel to have the strongest liver and remnant though?
Pretty goddamn amazing. The only problem is, Jesus Christ, it takes a lot to really get me drunk. Like-
okay, yeah, sure it does.
Like half of the fucking money that you and Oz pay me for my missions goes to alcohol.
Yeah, because he's too busy falling off of couches and shit.
But, I mean, you got Notre Dame, you got Pocahontas we could see being made into a character. There's many that we can see show up. I mean, hell, could you picture one of the characters from Hercules making an appearance.
That would be like possibly see even Pegasus somehow make an appearance.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, there's so many that can be done with it. I mean, going into historical figures, I mean, one of the ones, I mean, Glinda, you may agree, if your scroll isn't still blowing up, would you agree to see the ever popular Knights of the Round Table making an appearance with King Arthur and all of that?
Actually, I've had thoughts on that. I think that would be pretty hilarious.
Like, having them either be an Atlas or, I thought, like, Vacuo. Like, them get to Vacuo, meet the headmaster, which I still claim is probably going to be actually Dorothy. And then saying, well, yeah, we have the headmaster, but we need the council's approval, and they actually go in to see the council, and it's the Knights of the Round Table as the Council of Vacuo.
Yeah.
Oh, Professor, I wanted to bring this one up too. Like Qrow was talking about this one, and well, excuse me, I'm the one who brought this up. We seen, you know, of course, Little Red Riding Hood, of course, you know, Crater Face over there. She's, you know, Little Red Riding Hood, supposedly.
Will you stop calling her Crater Face, or I'll start calling you Vomit Boy?
Well, he is Vomit Boy. He puked all over his shoes.
Hey, that.
And
like
I
said,
was the
motion
last
sickness
one
from-
who managed to do that, so he actually... I have to congratulate him on that one. I was the last one to puke on Kiddo's shoes.
Actually, a lot of people have thought that you might have been the bird she knocked out of the sky, too.
I was. That fucking hurt.
But anyways, Professor. So
All he wanted to do was fly.
That's all I wanted to do. I was flying off a hangover. And the next minute I know it's goddamn landing strategy day, and out of nowhere here comes my fucking niece plowing into me and knocking me pretty much almost completely unconscious. I had some major words with Oz that day.
But no, anyways, so I brought this up with Qrow and Ruby, and I thought about we saw Little Red Riding Hood, and you know we know that we're pretty sure that the Grimm are based off of the Big Bad Wolf and everything, but I thought maybe what if we saw someone based off of Granny, and Qrow brought the idea possibly, you know, either Raven or Qrow possibly training me how to use a sword, whatever. And next thing you know, next thing you know, Ozpin himself goes like, no, I made a call, and we got someone even better. And the next thing you know, this little old lady walks into the room, and Qrow and Raven will go, oh shit! And they're trying to run. Qrow, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, old Grandma Rose. You want to talk about a woman who's put the fucking fear even in Oz? It was her.
Need I remind you, I've put the fear in Oz quite a few times myself.
Well, yeah, there's a difference, though, Glenda. You have fear of wife and fear of death. You're the wife. Grandma Rose is death. You should know this. But yeah, I mean, seeing the grandmother showing up would be hilarious. Like, we know the Beowulfs are supposed to technically be based on the Big Bad Wolf.
Yep.
And technically, all of us are the huntsmen that saved, well, not the huntsmen, the woodsmen, if you will, that saved Red Riding Hood and her grandmother.
Right.
Technically, the huntsman was more in Sleeping Beauty, I believe. Was it Sleeping Beauty?
Actually,
Or was that...
Now I have thought of something.
Okay.
Okay, we've already somewhat seen Snow White. What
Right.
if we actually get to see the dwarves now too?
We technically did.
We did?
Fine.
He was all 7.
A lot of people missed that. That
That's
Klein
fine.
was all 7 of the dwarves. I love that aspect. But in that manner, what about
I think
the
Bill
Wicked
lost.
Queen?
He's like something happened. He got too drunk or something.
You know, I believe I see like a lot of the villains already in Salem.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. You've got the Wicked
Salem
Witch of the
freaks
West.
the hell out of me.
Salem scares the shit out of all of us, Glenda. And you and I have already dealt with her before. Imagine how bad these 2 kiddos have to deal with. They have to go toe-to-toe with her.
Yeah, mostly Ruby. She's the one with the silver eye power.
Which I don't know how to use yet!
I know, Ozpin needs to teach you how to use that. I suggested it to him I don't know how many times, but he keeps arguing with me on it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like,
you got the Wicked Witch in her. You've got,
yeah,
at least more than likely, definitely the Wicked Witch from the Wizard of Oz. You've got at least, possibly, with Cinder's aspect, being the Wicked Stepmother.
the way I see it though, how is Miss Rose supposed to actually be able to use her power when she goes up against Salem if when she uses it she passes out after? That just makes her a target to easily get killed after.
I know!
Oh.
Why do you think I'm not real keen on Oz sending her after Salem?
She chose it on her own. You're the one who
Hey.
followed her. You could have easily stopped her, Qrow.
Did Red not say, "Hey, we're not done growing yet"? I mean, we still we may have a lot to learn, but we can still do it.
Yeah, we can do it!
I believe in you.
Hopefully!
And then there's
Hopefully.
the aspect
I
of,
don't know.
and I'm sorry, kiddo, we already are pretty certain Salem took Summer from us.
Actually, there's rumors that apparently she might still be alive and that her grave's empty.
I have heard those rumors. I have heard even the weird, stupid fucking rumor. I don't believe it, but I have heard
What,
the
that
rumor.
apparently Summer is Salem?
Yeah, that somehow Salem stole Summer's body to stay alive, like how Oz
I
can
would agree.
reincarnate, but Salem can forcibly steal a body if she needed to.
One thing I definitely don't
Basically,
want
she
to see
Basically, she turns into frickin' Voldemort!
Salem the next Voldemort, question mark? I think so.
Most likely.
I think so too.
But what were you saying, though, about what else she
Yeah,
could
we're-
do there, Linda?
They should definitely put in Tangle. You know, like
Yeah.
Rapunzel!
Flint. Not just Rapunzel, but Flint.
Yeah.
Flynn Rider! AKA Eugene.
And I brought this up, and I'm probably gonna get smacked by you, Linda. And I expect it. Kiddo and John, they both kind of agreed. Is it possible to see even the most recent type of fairy tale that's been around for a long time, but that of Frozen?
Oh dear Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, we have the running gag that, yes, Weiss is Snow White, but we're not 100% certain on Winter. Could she possibly be the Ice Queen Elsa?
For all we know, it's possible.
Wait,
Right.
who?
Winter.
It would make a lot of sense.
It would. But, I mean, there's so many different characters that can show up. We have, every fairy tale you can think of, every historical figure are fair game.
Even stuff that isn't a fairy tale, like mythologies.
Right. Like,
I'd love to see Greek or Roman mythologies.
yeah, more from that. I mean, with Hera being based on
Achilles.
Is there possible we'll see Helen of Troy?
Or possibly even Julius Caesar.
That would be interesting. Even
it's
if we
all fair game.
even if we go into what we're technically based on, but the Wizard of Oz, how many more characters are in that? You've got Dorothy that's still capable of showing up. Toto. You've got the
Isn't
fucking...
that why though?
Yeah, I will agree. Toto is probably Zwei.
I'd love to see someone that's based off of the queen that removes her head.
The Queen of Hearts.
Nope, that's the Queen
I know who you're
Mombi.
Princess Mombi from Return to Oz, yeah.
She's actually in the Wizard of Oz books.
Yeah,
That-
there's so
That'd be
many
both
books.
interesting, but yeah, it'd be scary at the same time.
I don't know how they would do it though.
There's so many characters in the Wizard of Oz that can be used. And I mean, even one of the most powerful in all of the Wizard of Oz, the wizard himself did answer.
That's all.
Yeah, it is Ozpin, but he did answer in the books to one character, and only one, and that was Princess Ozma. Is it possible that we might see Ozma show up?
It's very possible. Like possibly an old flame.
Well, Oz has had more women than I ever had, and I'm the goddamn womanizer. Sorry, Glenda. You know it's true. With as long as Oz has been alive, I'm sorry to say, you're not his first. I hate to say it, but you are his
thought of
best.
something. I just thought of something.
What's up, kiddo?
I'm
What?
sorry, but in all his lives, Oz has definitely gotten around.
Indeed he has.
What would happen if the original form of Salem was Princess Ozma?
That's a possibility. I mean, like we said, she's an amalgamation of different villains. In the same manner, going back to the first thing we talked about, you could even say there's some of Cruella de Vil in her.
A little bit.
But I would say she's probably mainly based on the Wicked Witch of the East, I believe it is. Is it the East or the West? Glinda, which one were you? Were you the Good Witch of the East or the Good Witch of the West?
I believe the Good Witch of the West.
That is, the four cardinal directions in the world of Oz each had a witch. And it's very likely that, we know she's more than likely based at least on the Wicked Witch from Oz, and most likely...
I am definitely not the Wicked Witch.
No, you're not. You're the Good Witch. You can be wicked at times when you need to be, but that's only because you're a good teacher. Please don't.
That's only when discipline needs to be enforced.
But the Wicked Witch in Salem is definitely there. There's no doubt.
Oh,
Actually-
definitely. Everyone
I
can
just-
see that.
Actually, guys, I just looked this up. It's for Glinda, Good Witch of the North.
Oh, god damn it.
You're from the north. Hey, it's all right, Glinda.
Well, I'm from Canada, so it makes a lot of sense.
That sickly does make funny sense now that we're thinking about that. And it's pretty safe to assume, if we're judging from the Oz characters, that Qrow is the Scarecrow, Ironwood is the Tin Man, and of course, we saw Leo Lionheart. aka
The
the Cowardly Lion.
The cowardly bastard. Backstabbing asshole.
Yeah.
So pretty much,
I'm more disappointed than anything.
I was disappointed in Leo too.
Yeah, especially when he was like, I could finally be free. If it was me, if I would have wanted to look at him and be like, with all the shit you just pulled, you dug yourself into a hole so deep that not even the devil can help you get out.
Well, the devil escorted him to hell. Quite literally.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, looks like Glinda got her scroll ringing on her, so we'll keep
Yeah,
BSing while she takes that call. But, I wanted to bring up at least one other, Disney movie that could work pretty dang well, I would think, in the idea for it. And that, to make it wrong and make it laugh, would be Aladdin.
I would like to see that one too.
Me too.
I mean, there is the rumor that Emerald is supposedly based on Aladdin. Would it be impossible to say we could see a Jafar or a Jasmine?
Would it be if Emerald is like a gender bent Aladdin? Wouldn't it be, kind of cool if we saw someone who's like a male version of Jasmine, and he has a tiger faunus with him, who's his best friend, based off of Raja.
That would be really cool.
In all honesty, I think how Emerald is portrayed to be possibly bisexual or at least lesbian, I would actually like to see a female Jasmine.
You think Emerald's at least bisexual, kiddo?
At the very least.
Well, she does have a very unhealthy obsession with Cinder.
Yep.
It's almost Stockholm syndrome with her.
Uh-huh.
Right. Yeah, with her, it's like, I owe Cinder everything. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, and I have a feeling she's going to be out for blood for me and Raven, considering that Raven technically, and Yang, considering that Raven technically offed Fire Bitch. Though it's still possible she's still alive.
Very much so.
Like she is a maiden. So, there is that.
True.
But, we had Jaune have to respond to a call, so just you and I for right now, kiddo. Yay!
Woo!
Here, you can have a quick sip of the whiskey. Don't tell Glitch.
Yay!
But, yeah. But, like I was saying though, kiddo, is it a potential that we can see all of these new characters that we can expect to see in the new series, or not series, the new seasons? Is it possible to expect to see more of these characters that are related to the ones we've already seen their same fairy tales?
I think it's in the high realm of possibility. Like, very much so.
Like, I mean, we've seen, like we said, your Little Red Riding Hood, kiddo. There's no fucking doubt of that whatsoever.
Yeah, Little Red Riding Hood basically going Nightcrawler on us.
Yeah.
Constantly teleporting.
And
I am here. I am here.
yeah, you are Rose Crawler. We've been over this.
Woo!
And we've seen the Beowulfs are...
Wait, but I don't have an awesome German accent.
Don't even try. Don't try it, kiddo.
I don't have an awesome German accent though. I can't be Nightcrawler though.
And then the Beowulfs. It's pretty safe to say they're the big bad wolves.
With a little bit of reference to the epic poem Beowulf.
Yeah, with a shout out to that. And I mean, like we said, you got the woodsman that's in there that could still show up. You got the grandma.
Though a lot of people actually think that Oscar is possibly the woodsman.
It's possible. Though, I mean, he still is very reminiscent of Oz, given that the Wizard of Oz's first name was Oscar.
Very true.
But I could give it a statement. Yeah, it's possible that Oscar could be possibly the woodsman. And then you got the grandma. You got Yang. You got the bears. We've only seen technically Baby Bear.
Very true.
We haven't seen Mama Bear or Papa Bear yet. Be really interesting to see them. I think it would be kind of funny.
And you know what, guys? There's another one that that just occurred to me too. Could we possibly see someone based off of Peter Pan?
That would be interesting.
Yes, it would.
Like a oh, how would they even do something like that? Now that I'm thinking about that.
I know.
I mean, you got the Lost Boys, which a lot of people don't realize that Peter Pan was an angel of death in the story.
Yep.
That all the ones that he'd taken to Neverland were dead or dying.
Yep.
Kind of dark for a fun-loving fairy tale about a crocodile eating a pirate.
Yep.
And I mean, with Blake, we know she's based on Belle.
Yep.
I think Kiddo said on repeat. Quick, restart her brain. But you've got the different living and inanimate objects in the police castle. Could they make an appearance? Which I think would be funny to see a random candlestick just start singing to Blake.
Be our guest. Be our guest. Put our service to the test. Tie your neck around. But I can't remember the words.
But even
your
with
sugar high.
But like I said, even with Weiss, with Snow White, you have the Queen, the Dark
Queen, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Now, here's one I don't think we've actually seen, and it's a fairly popular fairy tale. Is it? Like, I don't think we've seen it. If we have, please, you two, and even you listeners, point it out which the character is. Sleeping Beauty.
I don't think we have.
I mean, it would be, and in that manner, with Sleeping Beauty, would it be interesting or far-fetched to say we could see a Maleficent show up?
I kind of want her to be a narcoleptic. Just randomly falling asleep on duty or something.
Why do I picture it in the scene? Kiddo meeting her going, "Hi, I'm Ruby," and oh my god, she died! No, she's just sleeping. I could see that happening, like just boom, right on top of Ruby. Oh god, I killed her! No wait, she's just sleeping.
Oh god, she's dead!
Oh, damn.
She's heavy!
But that would just be hilarious. Even seeing Maleficent, and if they portray her like she was in the story, where she's not as evil that as she was shown like in the original fairy tale movie for it, I'd be okay with it.
Me too.
I mean, you got that aspect.
I am back. I just realized for the past 2 minutes I've been muted as I've been trying to talk. Dear Jesus.
Oh,
It's quite alright. It's quite alright, Glenda. It happens.
Oh!
That hair is a natural color. It's okay. We understand you're a natural blonde and forget to click buttons.
Hey, you know what? It's bad enough that I'm putting blue in it just so people can stop calling me a dumb blonde.
Well,
Oh.
you ain't dumb. That's for damn sure, Glenda. I mean, you helped
Hell no.
teach me, and you dealt with
I
fucking
gotta
Ty.
do 2 takes of I gotta do 2 takes of this blue though.
But
I was gonna say, you okay there, Professor?
I don't know if you had heard what we were saying right before you came back, Glenda, about the possibility of
Ooh, it's upside down.
the possibility of seeing Sleeping Beauty or Maleficent showing up.
And I want her to be a narcoleptic.
That would be scary. Actually, that'd be
Like-
very, very scary.
I could just see it and laugh, like I said with Kiddo. Her going up and go, "Hi, I'm Ruby," and oh my God, she died! As she falls asleep and lands right on Ruby.
And also, Professor, another thing I brought up too before you finally came back. I was talking about could we see someone based off of Peter Pan?
Actually, I can see that. I can see that quite well.
I mean, it's very possible. I mean, like I said, like we explained, him being the angel of death in the story that not many people realize. That everyone in that story was dead.
And I just thought of something. How would they personify death in that series?
Salem.
Actually. Yes.
True.
Salem. Cinder. The Grim. A lot of shit is death in our world, kiddo.
Yeah, true.
Unfortunately.
I mean, we face a lot of shit.
Yep.
And in all honesty, there are so many fairy tales out there, everyone. Fairy tales, historical figures, mythological creatures, mythological people. I mean, hell, we've seen with Juniper, we've seen various different ages of mythological creatures. Creatures. You are a creature now, Jaune. I am dubbing you a creature. But would it be far-fetched to say, with the fact with Mulan being Chinese, is it possible we could see something based on the Japanese legend or fairy tale, like Oda Nobunaga or the Warring States eras?
I would like to see some of the Japanese gods and goddesses.
That would be really interesting.
Right.
Amaterasu!
Amaterasu. Oh, very good.
Amaterasu, Sunao, Raijin, and his brother Fujin, Raiju.
There's so many possibilities. Like,
Don't mind us, we're weeaboos.
Glenda expects that. But Glenda expects that. She helped teach me. She found
I deal with it on a day-to-day basis.
she's found dojins that I've owned when I snuck them into Beacon, which you never gave me them back when I graduated, Glenda.
Apparently she likes them more.
Ask Professor Ozpin what happened to those. I put them away in his office and I've never seen them again.
I don't want them now. I don't want them back. He can keep them.
God only knows what he's done with them.
Exactly. That's the point. But, yeah, could you see, even you, Glenda, could you see, like, someone historically from Japan, Oda Nobunaga, he ate all of these famous war generals or the gods or goddesses from Japan making a character appearance in RWBY.
Is it bad that I want to see Zeus?
No, I would be willing to say that would be awesome to see as well.
I want more mythology in RWBY!
Just have someone pop in and go, I thought I was Zeus. I was Zeus.
No.
Now I'm
Right.
here.
No, it would have to be along the lines of Zeus popping in. Why is this happening? Zeus popped in because I fucked it.
You mean like you licking Tyen's things and claiming them as yours?
Yes, it's mine. I licked it. It's mine. But yeah, I can. That's the whole thing. It's how everything happened in the. Oh God, I think it's Greek mythology.
Oh, this is so blue.
With Zeus. It's everything happened for one of two reasons, or one of three reasons. Zeus either wanted to fuck it, Zeus did fuck it, or Zeus was not allowed to fuck it.
But he fucked it anyway.
Exactly. Or he fucked it anyway. That is the three main things that's happened in that mythology. That is the reasoning behind everything for it.
Yep.
And I would love to see something like that, and I think it would be absolutely hilarious if they actually based the two creator gods off of Zeus and Hera.
Or even Hades.
Yeah.
Oh,
Zeus
yes,
and
that's
Hades.
another good one.
That would be hilariously awesome.
God of destruction and all.
Yeah, that would just be hilariously awesome. And now I picture the god of destruction talking to Salem and that, like Hades from the Hercules movies, and keep complaining when his hair goes out and it's no longer on fire.
Wait, is my hair out?
But as we always say, listeners, and those of you who actually still tune in to us, we know we're growing, so please always give your opinions. If you can think of any characters that you, from mythoses to fairy tales to everything in between,
We would love to hear your thoughts.
Exactly. If you can think of it,
Send them all in!
just, comment below. Tell us what you think. If you didn't like what we said, tell us we should gargle bleach for all we care. We don't care.
We don't give a rat's ass.
We just
do this
want...
for fun.
Exactly. We do this because we enjoy it. It helps grow this fandom. Get these ideas out there to plant the little seed of doubt or the seed of, is that possible in your brains? And then let it sprout so it can create more theories or more things to do with us. And help make this fandom grow even more beautifully.
Yes. And I'm just going to throw this out there right now, Professor. I'm just going to say this right now, Professor Goodwitch, it was awesome having you part of this video with us.
Yes. Thank you very much for joining us, Glenda. Taking the time out of your busy schedule, that is.
Hey, anytime you need me, I'll put my stuff aside to come and help you guys out. I don't mind.
And as always, we're thankful you joined us as well again, kiddo. Glad you can make it. And this is my fault, Linda. I apologize.
Sugar high. No, sugar high right now.
No, she got a hold of my flask.
Oh God.
Look into my eyes.
Oh God, she went Ghost Rider. She went Ghost Rider on us.
Why?
Look into my eyes.
My hands are blue. Went through the glow.
You see?
But
Hey guys, I got Smurf hands.
oh God, you strangled a Smurf. But
No, the blue went through the gloves. Now I got Smurf hands.
But again, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in with us. We hope we gave you some good ideas. We hope we gave you some things to possibly look forward to. As always, we have no say in Ruby or Rooster Teeth.
Right.
You shut
Throw me a point of 2018.
Right. But I'm just gonna say, I just want to throw this part out there. Like, if something happens, and if we can come up with either other ideas of characters we'd like to see, especially if we get enough ideas, there might possibly be a part 2 in the future. Who knows?
And again, thank you all. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you again, Kiddo and Glenda, for being part of this.
Yes, thank you, both of you.
And
Thank
you all.
Customer.
And again, have a great one, everyone. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one.
Uncle Qrow, help me up.
No.